Listen, if you're in your 20s, you are sitting on an absolute financial goldmine. And no, it's not about how much you're earning right now. This decade, it is your single best opportunity to build a foundation for real, lasting wealth. So in the next few minutes, we are going to lay out a simple, powerful game plan to turn even a modest income into a financial fortress. You're going to want to stick around because your future self is about to thank you.
Okay, so let's start with this number, $45,000. This is the median salary for Americans in their 20s. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't exactly sound like a fortune, right? But I'm going to show you how, even with this income, you can be well on your way to becoming a millionaire just by hitting a few key milestones.
You know, your entire financial life in your 20s, it really boils down to this one big battle. On one side, you have your superpower, your biggest asset, time. You have decades for your money to grow. But on the other side, you've got your kryptonite, your biggest obstacle, consumer debt. It's actively working against you, just stealing your money and your future. Our entire game plan is about using that superpower to absolutely crush that obstacle.
Look, before we can even dream of building wealth, you have to stop the bleeding. Consumer debt is the #1 thing holding young people back. It's not just a little problem, it is a full-blown, wealth-destroying emergency. Making it your absolute first priority, well, that's non-negotiable.
All right, let's talk about public enemy #1, credit cards. The average balance for someone in their 20s is about $3,200. Now, that might not seem catastrophic, but with those sky-high interest rates, this debt is a financial anchor, just dragging you down.
So, you got to ask yourself the critical question. With a typical 20% interest rate, what is the true cost of carrying this balance? The difference between just getting by with minimum payments versus attacking this debt head-on. Well, it's absolutely staggering.
Okay, look at this. The numbers here tell a really, really brutal story. If you only make those minimum payments, maybe $60 a month, you will be trapped for over a decade. And you'll pay more in interest, over $4,000, than the original debt. Now, look at the aggressive plan. You pay about $285 a month and you're debt-free in 1 year, paying only $350 in interest. Think about that. You are literally buying back a decade of your life and saving thousands of dollars. That money belongs in your pocket, not the bank's. Okay, so once you've got a plan to crush that credit card debt, we have to talk about the other major wealth trap for young people, the auto loan. It's so common, we barely even think of it as debt, but man, it is quietly siphoning off your financial potential every single month.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. That $400 or $500 car payment, that's not just a bill. It's money that could be invested, growing for you. Instead, you're paying for something that's losing value every single day. You are literally driving your wealth to work, and it is shrinking in value on the drive.
Let's break down the math on a pretty typical $20,000 loan at 7%. A standard 5-year loan costs you almost $4,000 in interest. But if you can get aggressive and pay it off in 3 years, you save over $1,600. But here's the kicker. You free up that huge monthly payment 2 years sooner, and you can redirect all that cash flow toward actually building your future.
Okay, so once that high-interest debt is out of your life, we get to switch from defense to offense. This is where the real magic starts to happen. We're about to unleash your single greatest financial advantage, your superpower, time. I absolutely love this quote because it is so true. In your 20s, you might not be a billionaire of dollars, but you are a billionaire of time. Think about it. You have more of this precious resource than some millionaire in their 60s, and it is the key ingredient for building some serious, incredible wealth.
So what makes time so powerful? It's a little thing called compound interest. The easiest way to think about it is like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts off small, right? But as it rolls, it picks up more snow and it gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster. Your money works the exact same way. The earnings on your investments start making their own earnings, and that growth just becomes exponential.
Now this chart right here, this is why you absolutely cannot afford to wait. To have $1 million by age 65, someone who starts at 20 only needs to invest about $95 a month. But if you wait just 5 years, until you're 25, that number almost doubles to $184. Wait until you're 30 and it nearly quadruples to $340. This is the real cost of waiting. Time literally is money.
Okay, so what are we actually shooting for here? What's a real tangible goal? The big milestone, the finish line for this decade, is to have 1 times your annual income saved and invested by the time you turn 30. This is the proof that your system is working.
So how in the world do we get there?
Well, on our median salary of $45,000 a year, the path is actually surprisingly simple. You just create the habit of saving 10% of your income. That's it. That's $375 every single month. If you start this at age 22, you'll hit your $45,000 goal by age 28, 2 full years ahead of schedule. And that's not even counting a single raise. This is so achievable.
So why is this milestone such a big deal? Because hitting it is a powerful signal. It proves you have cracked the code. You're living below your means. It means you have officially graduated from just surviving, just paying the bills, to actually building a strategy for your wealth. You are actively and meaningfully building a better future for yourself.
All right, let me put on my CFO hat for a second and give it to you straight. This is your game plan. Number 1, have a plan. Know your money's mission. Number 2, eliminate high-interest debt with urgency. Treat it like the fire it is. Number 3, start investing now, even if it feels small. And number 4, lock your sights on that target, 1 times your annual income invested by age 30. Execute this plan.
Okay, CFO hat off, let me just talk to you as someone who has been exactly where you are right now. This is not about having a perfect budget or never making a single mistake. It's about consistency. It's just about making small, steady progress month after month. And the one piece of advice I can give you is to always remember why you're doing this. Because trust me, on those days where you just want to give up, that why is what's going to drag you across the finish line.
Look, the habits you're building right now, today, they are the literal foundation for the entire life you're going to have. So stay disciplined, avoid those debt traps, and invest in yourself. You are on the right path. Now go out there and keep building that great, big, beautiful tomorrow.